So today in this lecture I am going to begin frame of reference. Means what are the inertial frame, what are the non-inertial frame. Up to here I have explained that the first law is contained in the second law, third law is contained in the second law. मतलब जो पहला लॉ है न्यूटन फर्स्ट लॉ है, जो न्यूटन थर्ड लॉ है वो F इक्वल्स टू एम इंटू ए से रिड्यूस किए जा सकते हैं. Then I have also explained the law of conservation of momentum. So that you can see now I am going to begin lecture 5, what is the frame of reference. So actually what is frame of reference? It is a coordinate system with respect to which we describe various parameters about the motion. Parameters about the motion means position, velocity and acceleration. With respect to it is some coordinate system with respect to which various parameters related to the motion are described. For example, here, as you know that every motion is the relative motion. Means what is the meaning of relative motion? You can see here. Suppose this is a compartment of train and it is moving in this direction, and this is the platform. Now there are three persons. One is person 1 and 2 are sitting inside the compartment, and third is waiting outside the compartment. So what will happen? One will find that with respect to him, everything within the compartment is at rest. Everything within the compartment is at rest with respect to 1. 2 will also find the same thing. It is clear. But when 3 describes, then 3 will say that 1 is in motion, 2 is also in motion. Means with respect to the 1, 2 is at rest, but with respect to 3, 2 is in motion. It is clear. Means here what is this depends upon the observer's chosen viewpoint, that what is the viewpoint of the observer. It is clear. And that viewpoint, that chosen viewpoint, we call the reference frame. It is clear. So what is the frame of reference? It is a coordinate system with respect to which various parameters related to the motion, like what is the displacement of the body, what is the velocity of the body, what is the acceleration, is measured. It is clear. And why? Because motion depend upon the motion is a relative motion, motion is relative motion. Same object may be at rest or may be in the motion, depending upon the observer's viewpoint. Now see here, there are two kinds of frame of reference. One is the inertial frame and another is the non-inertial frame. One is inertial frame and another is the non-inertial frame. What is inertial frame? In which the Newton's first law is valid. In which the Newton's first law is valid. What is the non-inertial frame? In which the Newton's first law is not valid. It is clear. As already I have explained that the first law is contained in the second law. First law is contained in F equals to m into A. Means when I say that the validity of the first law means validity of F equals to me. It is clear. Because this we can understand from second law. More accurately we can understand from the second law what is the meaning of validity of first law. It is clear. Because the first law is contained in this F equals to m into A. It is clear. So from here we will understand clearly what is the meaning of validity. Now you can see here. So what are the inertial frame? In which the first law of motion is valid, or here I have written in which the second law holds. That is called the inertial frame. in which second law do not hold, that is called the non-inertial frame. So see here, what is the meaning of the validity of second law? Validity of F equals to m into A. It is clear. As we know that when F will be 0, then it means what? When F is 0, then it means m into A will be equal to 0. But m cannot be 0. We know that mass cannot be 0. Therefore A equals to 0. मतलब अगर F 0 है तो A क्या होगा? 0 है. मीन्स अगर ये चीज़ है F is 0 then A is 0, then it means first law is valid. First law is valid. और इसका उल्टा क्या होगा? सपोज F is not 0. F is not 0 means m into A cannot be 0. It will be a non-zero number, and it will be non-zero number means what? A will not be 0. It's clear. So what is the meaning of validity of the first law? If F is 0 implying A is 0, मतलब फोर्स नहीं लग रहा, मतलब एक्सीलरेशन नहीं होगा. फोर्स लग रहा है, फोर्स 0 नहीं है, मतलब एक्सीलरेशन विल बी प्रेजेंट इन दैट बॉडी. If body is experiencing a certain unbalanced force means resultant of the forces acting upon the body is not 0. Resultant of the forces acting upon the body is not 0. मतलब इन सबका जो वेक्टर सम है वो 0 नहीं है. If the body is experiencing unbalanced force, then its acceleration cannot be 0. There must be some acceleration. So this is the validity of the Newton's second law of motion. Force is absent, acceleration is also absent. Force is present, acceleration is also present. Then we say that the Newton's second law of motion is valid. पर अगर कहीं इसका उल्टा हो कि फोर्स तो 0 है बट एक्सीलरेशन इज नॉट 0. Force is 0 but the acceleration is not 0. What will you say? That the Newton's second law of motion is not valid. क्यों? क्योंकि न्यूटन सेकंड लॉ ऑफ मोशन तो क्या कहता है? If force is 0 then acceleration will be 0. Means if the case is this, force is 0 but the acceleration is not 0, means the non-validity of Newton's second law of motion. जिन फ्रेम में ऐसा हो, फोर्स 0, बॉडी इज एक्सपीरियंसिंग बैलेंस्ड फोर्सेज बट द एक्सीलरेशन इज प्रेजेंट इन दैट बॉडी. बॉडी इज एक्सपीरियंसिंग बैलेंस्ड फोर्सेज मतलब बॉडी पर जितने फोर्सेज लग रहे हैं उनका रिजल्टेंट क्या है? 0 है, बट द एक्सीलरेशन इज नॉट 0. देन इट मीन्स द न्यूटन सेकंड लॉ ऑफ मोशन इज नॉट वैलिड. इट्स क्लियर. And if F is 0, F is not 0 means force is acting but the acceleration is 0. Means force तो act कर रहा पर acceleration नहीं है. Force act कर रहा but acceleration नहीं है. That is also the non-validity of Newton's second law of motion. तो जिन फ्रेम्स में ऐसा हो तो वो क्या कहलाएंगे? इनर्शियल फ्रेम. क्यों? क्योंकि उनमें क्या है? न्यूटन सेकंड लॉ ऑफ मोशन वैलिड है. और जिन फ्रेम में ये हो, ये चीज़ हो, जिन फ्रेम्स में ये हो, न्यूटन सेकंड लॉ ऑफ मोशन वैलिड ना हो, वो कहलाएंगे नॉन इनर्शियल. नाउ आई एम गिविंग वन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ इनर्शियल एंड नॉन इनर्शियल फ्रेम. हियर यू कैन सी दिस इज द केबिन ऑफ द एलिवेटर. केबिन ऑफ द एलिवेटर. एलिवेटर मीन्स लिफ्ट. लिफ्ट का केबिन है. इट्स क्लियर. एंड नॉर्मली द एलिवेटर्स केबिन इज मूविंग अप एंड डाउन विद ए कांस्टेंट वेलोसिटी. जो अगर हम कभी लिफ्ट में ऊपर नीचे गए हों तो उस केबिन की जो वेलोसिटी होती है दैट रिमेन कांस्टेंट. इट्स क्लियर. इट इज नीदर एक्सीलरेटेड नॉर रिटार्डेड. It is moving with a constant velocity up and down in a vertical tunnel. एक वर्टिकल टनल होती है, उसमें क्या है? ये ऊपर नीचे केबिन मूव कर रहा है। ये वर्टिकल टनल बना दी गई है। यू कैन सी हियर दिस इज द वर्टिकल टनल एंड इन दैट वर्टिकल टनल this cabin is moving up and down, up and down. It's clear. So see here, this is the elevator's cabin. You can see. This is the elevator's cabin, and this cabin is hanging from a metallic rope. This is the metallic rope. It's clear. This is the roof of the elevator's cabin, and from the roof one lamp is suspended from the string. With the help of the rope, it is suspending. A lamp is suspending from here. It's clear. And there are two observers. One is inside the cabin and another is outside the cabin. It is just like in the example of the compartment. One is inside the compartment and another is outside the compartment. It is clear. And here you assume that the walls of the cabin are made up of glass. ये क्या है, इसकी वॉल्स क्या है, ग्लास की हैं। तो ये जो ऑब्जर्वर बाहर वाला है, इसको केबिन के अंदर की हर एक चीज़ दिखाई दे रही है। नाउ सी हियर, बोथ आर इक्वली गुड इन द फिजिक्स, मतलब दोनों को फिजिक्स आती है। तो दोनों को फिजिक्स आती है तो वो ये जान जाएंगे कि ये लैंप पर कितने फोर्सेज लग रहे हैं। वन इज एक्टिंग इट्स वेट वर्टिकली डाउनवर्ड एंड अनदर इज एक्टिंग टेंशन टी वर्टिकली अपवर्ड. Now if the observer 1 describes about the motion of the lamp, then what will be the description, what will be the observation of observer 1? अगर observer 1 को लैम्प 1 की मोशन के बारे में बताना हो. नाउ हियर वन मोर थिंग, दिस केबिन इज एक्सीलरेटिंग डाउनवर्ड विद द एक्सीलरेशन ए. दो इन द बिगिनिंग आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड that the cabin of the elevator moves with a constant velocity, but here we have assumed that this cabin is accelerating with acceleration a in vertically downward direction. So what will be described by the observer 1 about the motion of the lamp? ऑब्जर्वर 1 लैंप के मोशन के बारे में क्या डिस्क्राइब करेगा? तो ये क्या डिस्क्राइब करेगा? परहैप्स आई हैव रिटन हियर और आई हैव नॉट रिटन. यू कैन सी हियर व्हाट विल बी द ऑब्जर्वर 1's observation. You can see here observer 1. He will describe that lamp is at rest. Lamp is at rest. And lamp is at rest means what? Its acceleration will be 0. यही कहेगा, क्योंकि लैंप रेस्ट पर है, means its acceleration will be 0. Lamp, its acceleration is 0 means what will happen? The net force acting on the lamp will be 0. But you can see here there are two forces acting on the lamp. One is its weight W acting vertically downward and another is the tension T acting vertically upward. Then what will be deduced by observer 1? He will deduce that W is equal to T, क्योंकि नेट फोर्स तभी 0 होगा जब W क्या होगा? T के बराबर होगा. Means what was the concluded by the observer 1? That weight is equal to tension. Now you see observer 2. What will be the deduced by observer 2? Observer 2 finds that since the cabin is accelerating downward, therefore lamp is also accelerating downward with acceleration A. It's clear. What will be described by observer 2? Lamp is accelerating downward with acceleration E. It's clear. and since the lamp is accelerating, its acceleration is not zero, means net force acting on the body on the lamp will not be zero. Net force acting on the lamp will not be zero. Now only two forces are acting on the lamp, W and T, मतलब ये दोनों इक्वल नहीं होंगे, दे विल नॉट बी इक्वल। अब देखें, दोनों ऑब्जर्वर सेम मोशन को सेम मोमेंट पर डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हैं। बोथ द ऑब्जर्वर्स आर डिस्क्राइबिंग द सेम मोशन एट द सेम टाइम, बट दे आर कंक्लूडिंग द डिफरेंट रिजल्ट्स, दे आर कंक्लूडिंग द कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी रिजल्ट्स। कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी रिजल्ट्स, कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी रिजल्ट मतलब इनमें से एक ही सही होगा, दोनों सही नहीं हो सकते हैं, क्योंकि दोनों एक दूसरे के क्या है, निगेटिव। इट्स क्लियर। वन इज सेइंग दैट both the forces are equal, other is saying that both the forces are not equal. So why there is this difference? So this difference is because of the inertial and non-inertial frame. It's clear? अब हम क्या कहेंगे, क्या किसी ऑब्जर्वर ने न्यूटन सेकेंड लॉ को गलत तरीके से लगाया? नहीं, दोनों ने एकदम सही तरीके से लगाया, बट उनके जो रिजल्ट आ रहे हैं वो क्या आ रहे हैं, अपोजिट आ रहे हैं एक दूसरे के। मतलब क्या है, यहाँ पर एक ऑब्जर्वर के लिए ये फ्रेम क्या है, इनर्शियल है, दूसरे के लिए नॉन इनर्शियल है। अब किसके लिए हम कहेंगे कि ये इनर्शियल है, किसके लिए हम कहेंगे कि नॉन इनर्शियल है? क्योंकि दोनों ने तो क्या है, बोथ द ऑब्जर्वर्स हैव अप्लाइड द न्यूटन सेकेंड लॉ इन ए वेरी एक्यूरेट मैनर। There is no doubt in applying the Newton's second law. It's clear. There is no doubt in applying Newton's second law wrongly. It's clear. Both have applied correctly. Both have applied correctly. किसी ने गलत नहीं लगाया, पर दोनों ने जो रिजल्ट कंक्लूड किया वो क्या है, एक दूसरे के अपोजिट है। इसका मतलब क्या है, एक ऑब्जर्वर के लिए फ्रेम इनर्शियल है, एक के लिए नॉन इनर्शियल है। अब हम किसके लिए इनर्शियल लेंगे, किसके लिए नॉन इनर्शियल लेंगे? सो देयर इज ए रूल, फ्रेम विच इज एट रेस्ट आर मूविंग विद यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी इज कंसिडर्ड इनर्शियल। इनर्शियल कौन सा है? जो फ्रेम या तो रेस्ट पर हो या मूव करे विद ए यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी। इट इज क्लियर? That frame is considered as inertial, while accelerated frame, deaccelerated frame, they are the non-inertial. They are the non-inertial. Accelerated frame are considered as the non-inertial frame. Rotating frame are non-inertial, क्योंकि rotating frame में क्या है, उसमें तो acceleration present रहेगा ही, रोटेशनल मोशन में एक्सीलरेशन रहेगा ही रहेगा, दैट कैन नॉट बी रिमूव्ड। रोटेशनल मोशन कैन नॉट बी विदाउट एक्सीलरेशन। इट्स क्लियर? सो इफ देयर इज एनी रोटेटिंग फ्रेम, फॉर एग्जांपल रोटेटिंग टेबल, जिसमें हमको मालूम है कि सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स एक होता है, सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स होता है। सो एक्सीलरेटिंग फ्रेम आर डी एक्सीलरेटिंग फ्रेम आर रोटेटिंग फ्रेम, they are considered as non-inertial. It is clear? So you can see here. Here you can see that for this observer, this frame is at rest. क्यों? क्योंकि ऑब्जर्वर भी उसी फ्रेम में सिचुएटेड है। जैसे हम सभी लोग कहाँ हैं, किस प्लेनेट पर हैं? अर्थ पर हैं। We are at rest with respect to each other. If we are standing somewhere, we are sitting somewhere, then we will be at rest. But if anyone is observing to us from some other planet, he will find that we are in the motion. It's clear? So for observer 1, this frame is at rest. Therefore, for observer 1, it is a inertial frame. For observer 1, it is a inertial frame. इट्स क्लियर? और इनर्शियल फ्रेम में क्या है, हम एफ इक्वल्स टू एम इंटू ए को डायरेक्टली अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। इट इज क्लियर। व्हाइल ऑब्जर्वर 2 के लिए क्या है, फ्रेम इज एक्सीलरेटिंग एंड फ्रेम इज एक्सीलरेटिंग, देयरफॉर फॉर ऑब्जर्वर 2 द फ्रेम विल बी नॉन inertial frame. It's clear. That will be the non-inertial frame. It's clear. So here we cannot apply F equals to m into A directly. You can see here. In the inertial frame, you can see here. In the inertial frame, if a body is situated, then its equation of motion can be written by using F equals to m into A. इसको यूज करके हम क्या है, इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन डायरेक्टली लिख सकते हैं। जबकि नॉन इनर्शियल फ्रेम में क्या है, दिस कैन नॉट बी अप्लाइड डायरेक्टली, वी हैव टू इंट्रोड्यूस, वी हैव टू इम्पोज वन मोर फोर्स ऑन द बॉडी, जिसकी इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन लिखनी है, उस बॉडी पर हमको एक फोर्स और इम्पोज करना पड़ेगा, दैट इज कॉल्ड द स्यूडो फोर्स, दैट इज कॉल्ड द फिक्सियस फोर्स, दैट इज कॉल्ड द इमेजिनरी फोर्स, जैसे कि सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स होता है। We will impose one more force on the body whose equation of motion we have to write. That force is called the pseudo force or fixious force. Means in order to apply, you can see here, in order to apply F equals to m into A on the body situated in non-inertial frame, a pseudo force or fixious force is imposed on the body. Now what will be the magnitude of the pseudo force? You can see here. What will be the magnitude of the pseudo force? Magnitude of pseudo force will be equal to mass of the body into acceleration of frame. And what will be its direction? Opposite to direction of acceleration of frame. Opposite to direction of acceleration of frame. For example, here if you see, here in this case, for the observer 2, because observer 2 finds that this frame is accelerating, it is clear, means non-inertial. If we assume that the mass of the lamp is m, अगर हम ये एज्यूम कर लें कि लैंप का मास क्या है, m है, तो लैंप पर हम एक और फोर्स इम्पोज कर देंगे, कितना, जिसका मैग्नीट्यूड क्या होगा, लैंप का मास मल्टीप्लाइड बाई एक्सीलरेशन ऑफ द फ्रेम, m इंटू ए, एंड इन व्हाट डायरेक्शन, जिस तरफ फ्रेम का एक्सीलरेशन है उसके अपोजिट, मतलब किस तरफ, ऊपर की ओर। इट इज क्लियर। ऊपर की ओर हम एक फोर्स और इम्पोज कर देंगे, एंड देन यू विल से दैट T प्लस एम ए विल बी इक्वल टू डब्ल्यू, T प्लस एम ए विल बी इक्वल टू डब्ल्यू. So this MA is the fixious force. It is an imaginary force. It has been imposed here in order to use F equals to m into A in the correct way. In order to use F equals to m into A, in order to apply Newton's second law of motion correctly, we have imposed this pseudo force. It's clear. Now after this I will begin apparent weight of a man in the elevator's cabin. Apparent weight of a man. Weight means if my mass is m, then what will be my weight? It will be m into g. अगर हमारा मास m है तो हमारा वेट क्या होगा, m into g होगा. It's clear. Weight is recorded by the weighing machine. If you stand on the weighing machine, suppose I have, in order to record the weight, हम यहाँ weighing machine पर खड़े हो गए. It's clear. Suppose it is recording 90. सब लोगों ने weighing machine देखी होगी. ये 90 रिकॉर्ड कर रहा, मतलब हम क्या कहेंगे, हमारा वेट कितना है, 90 किलोग्राम वेट. माई वेट इज 90 किलोग्राम वेट. Weight is always expressed in kilogram weight or in kilogram force. What will be in Newton? 90 multiplied by G Newton. It's clear. It will be in Newton, but generally it is expressed in kilogram weight. It's clear. So this will be mine weight. If you stand on the weighing machine, then weighing machine will record the weight. अब ये weighing machine वर्क कैसे करती है, ये किस तरीके से वर्क करती है? सो यू कैन सी हियर, when you will stand on the weighing machine, then you will press the weighing machine because of your weight by the force W. weighing machine को कितने फोर्स से हम वो करेंगे? W फोर्स से प्रेस करेंगे. इट इज क्लियर. यही क्या होगी? weighing मशीन की रीडिंग होगी. जिस फोर्स से हम weighing मशीन को प्रेस कर रहे हैं, W फोर्स से हम प्रेस कर रहे हैं, सो weighing मशीन विल रिकॉर्ड W. इट्स क्लियर. नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन when you will press the weighing machine by the force W? What will happen? Weighing machine will exert a reactionary force R in vertically upward direction. In vertically upward direction. What will be the relation between R and W? From the Newton's third law of motion, to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Since you are pressing to the weighing machine by the force W, weighing machine is applying a reactionary force R in vertically upward direction. So W and R both will be equal. W and R both will be equal. Now there is one more force is acting on the man, which is the gravity force, which is acting vertically downward from the center of gravity. If the mass of the man is m, then how much will be the gravity force? mg. mg will be the gravity force. So see here how many forces are acting on the man? One is the reactionary force exerted by the weighing machine in vertically upward direction. ये फोर्स किस पर लग रहा? मैन पर लग रहा. दूसरा फोर्स कौन सा लग रहा? mg, gravity force acting vertically downward from the center of gravity. This is exerted by the earth. W किस पर लग रहा? ये फोर्स लग रहा वेइंग मशीन पर. मतलब W लग रहा वेइंग मशीन पर, ये किस पर लग रहा? मैन पर लग रहा. ये किस पर लग रहा? मैन पर लग रहा. इट इज क्लियर. नाउ एट दिस मोमेंट इफ यू write the equation of motion of man, equation of motion of man, तो तुम देख रहे हो कि you are standing on the weighing machine. ना तो तुम वेइंग मशीन में नीचे की ओर धंस रहे हो, ना ही क्या है वेइंग मशीन में खड़े होते ही ऊपर जा रहे हो. या ना तो नीचे वेइंग मशीन क्या हो गई, हाथी खड़ा हो जाएगा तो क्या हो जाएगा, वेइंग मशीन का ये सरफेस टूट जाएगा. ये सरफेस टूटने का मीनिंग क्या है? W क्या होगा? बहुत अधिक होगा. इट्स क्लियर. इट्स क्लियर. सो सी हियर व्हाट विल बी द रिलेशन बिटवीन R and mg? What will be the relation between R and mg? R and mg both will be equal. R will be equal to mg. R equals to mg, but already you know that W equals to R. Therefore, W will be equal to mg. This will be the reading of the weighing machine. It is clear. What will you write? M kilogram weight. It will be M kilogram weight. It is clear. This will be the reading of the weighing machine. This is called the true weight. इसको हम क्या कहते हैं? ट्रू वेट कहते हैं. इट इज क्लियर. पर अब क्या है? If the same weighing machine is kept inside the elevator's cabin, same weighing machine is kept inside the elevator's cabin, and the cabin is accelerating in downward direction. You can see here. Cabin is accelerating in downward direction. Cabin is accelerating in downward direction. Here also, as explained here earlier, W is the force by which the person is pressing to the weighing machine. Mass of the man is M. M is the mass of the man. It is clear. So here man is pressing to the weighing machine by the force W. In response, weighing machine is applying reactionary force in vertically upward direction, which is R. From Newton's third law of motion, W will be equal to R. W will be equal to R. Another force is acting on the man, which is the gravity force mg acting vertically downward. Acting vertically downward. Now see here. Here if you see, when the cabin is accelerating downward, cabin is accelerating downward with acceleration A. So see here, now it will be considered as a non-inertial frame. And when this is the non-inertial frame, what will happen? You will impose one more force on the man in what direction? In vertically upward direction. What will be the magnitude of that force? It will be equal to the mass of man multiplied by acceleration of frame, that is m into e. मतलब मैन पर पहले से ही दो फोर्सेज लग रहे थे, एक आर दूसरा एम जी, अब एक ये तीसरा फिक्सियस फोर्स भी आ गया एम ए. इनमें से आर किधर लग रहा है? ऊपर की ओर. एम ए इज आल्सो एक्टिंग इन अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन, एम जी इज एक्टिंग इन डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन. सो व्हाट विल बी द रिलेशन? इफ यू सी द रिलेशन हियर, सो यू कैन सी हियर एम ए इज एक्टिंग इन अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन. इट इज क्लियर? R is acting in upward direction. So what is the total force in upward direction? R plus MA. R plus MA. And MG is acting in downward direction. So R plus MA equals to MG. Means what will you conclude here? You will find as frame is non-inertial. Frame is non-inertial. Therefore, a pseudo force will act on man in vertically upward direction. Vertically upward direction. It's clear. What will be the magnitude of this pseudo force? It is equal to m into E. Therefore, in equilibrium, what will be the relation? R plus MA will be equal to mg. R plus MA equals to mg. So R equals to mg minus MA. बट हमको तो न्यूटन्स थर्ड लॉ से क्या मालूम है? W इक्वल्स टू R. हमको क्या मालूम है? W इक्वल्स टू R. Therefore, it will be equal to mg minus ma. मतलब क्या हो जाएगा? उसका एपरेंट वेट क्या हो जाएगा? ट्रू वेट से कम हो जाएगा. ट्रू वेट कितना है? mg है. व्हाट इज द ट्रू वेट हियर? mg. जो एपरेंट वेट है उसका आ रहा है, दैट इज mg minus ma. Why it is apparent? Because this is not the real loss in the weight. This is due to the acceleration of the frame in vertically downward direction. Weighing machine is recording lesser weight. Weighing machine is recording lesser weight. Otherwise, his weight is mg. It's clear? So this is the apparent weight will be less than the true weight. We can write here apparent weight will be less than true weight. It's clear? Now see here. Suppose the rope which is holding to the weighing machine, this breaks from here. Then what will happen? This cabin will fall like a free body. It's clear? क्योंकि अब ये रोप से सपोर्टेड नहीं रह जाएगी. it will fall like a free body. A will be equal to what? G. And in that case, what will be the apparent weight? Apparent weight will be equal to, just now I have told, mg minus ma. बट अब ए किसके बराबर हो गया? ए हो गया जी के बराबर, मीन्स एम जी माइनस एम जी, मीन्स apparent weight will become 0, means the person will reach in the state of weightlessness. He will reach in the state of weightlessness. It is clear that you can write. Person will reach in the state of weightlessness. If the cabin is falling vertically downward like a free body, when the cabin is falling vertically downward like a free body, then the acceleration of cabin will be equal to g, and then weighing machine will record nothing, it will record 0. It's clear. अब हम एक दूसरा केस लेने जा रहे हैं. If suppose instead of accelerating downward, the frame is accelerating upward. Frame किधर accelerate कर रहा है? Upward. Here now I am writing here. Frame is accelerating upward. This is the case 2. Accelerating upward with acceleration a. So once again this will become a non-inertial frame, and non-inertial frame, so besides these two forces R and mg, besides these two forces, one more force will be imposed in vertically downward direction. This is a pseudo force, and what will be this? This will be equal to m into a. मतलब अब नीचे कौन कौन से लग रहे हैं? एम ए लग रहा है, एम जी लग रहा है, ऊपर कौन सा लग रहा है? आर लग रहा है. तो इक्विलिब्रियम में क्या हो जाएगा? आर विल बी इक्वल टू ऊपर की ओर लगने वाला फोर्स इक्वल्स टू नीचे की ओर लगने वाले फोर्सेज, दैट इज आर विल बी इक्वल टू एम जी प्लस एम ए. मीन्स व्हाट विल यू गेट हियर? यू विल गेट आर इक्वल्स टू एम जी प्लस एम ए. ma is the pseudo force which is imposed on the man in vertically upward direction. pseudo force कितना होता है? जिस बॉडी की इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन लिखनी है उसके मास और फ्रेम के एक्सीलरेशन के प्रोडक्ट के बराबर. बॉडी के मास और फ्रेम के एक्सीलरेशन के प्रोडक्ट के बराबर. डायरेक्शन क्या होती है? जिस डायरेक्शन में फ्रेम का एक्सीलरेशन है उसके अपोजिट. So it will be r equals to mg plus ma, but we know that w is equal to what? W equals to r, that is mg equals to ma. But already I have told what will be the reading of weighing machine. It will be w. So what will be apparent weight here? Apparent weight, or the weight which will be recorded by the weighing machine, it will be greater than the true weight. It will be greater than true weight, क्योंकि अब weighing machine कितना रिकॉर्ड कर रही है? mg plus me. It is clear. Now see here. Now we will see the third case. If the frame is moving with a constant velocity, in constant velocity in vertically downward direction or in the vertically upward direction, कुछ भी हो, constant velocity. So as already I have told, when the frame is either at rest or moving with constant velocity, then frame is considered as a inertial frame. Frame is considered as a inertial frame. Case 3. Frame means elevator's cabin here. Elevator's cabin. Moving with constant velocity. Constant velocity. So it will be considered as inertial frame. And when it will be inertial frame, then you can apply F equals to m into a directly. There is no need to apply any pseudo force. तो अब यहाँ पर कोई pseudo force नहीं इम्पोज करेंगे. जब कुछ नहीं इम्पोज करेंगे तो मैन पर अब केवल दो ही फोर्सेज हैं. एक तो R वर्टिकली अपवर्ड applied by the weighing machine, another is mg gravity force acting vertically downward. In equilibrium, what will be the relation in R and mg? R will be equal to mg. R will be equal to mg. मतलब क्या रिकॉर्ड करेगा? R क्या है? mg के इक्वल होगा. और जब R इक्वल्स टू mg होगा तो हमको तो मालूम ही W किसके बराबर है? R के बराबर, दैट इज mg. Means in that case weighing machine will record true weight. If it is moving with the constant velocity in vertically upward direction or in vertically downward direction, weighing machine will record the true weight. If it is accelerating downward, then cabin is accelerating downward, then what will happen? Weighing machine will record lesser weight than the true weight. Lesser weight than the true weight. कितना रिकॉर्ड करेगा? mg minus ma. It is clear. If it is accelerating upward, यहाँ पर case 2, frame is accelerating upward, then what will be recorded by the weighing machine? It will be more than the true weight. It will record, weighing machine will record mg plus ma, जहाँ a क्या है? cabin का acceleration in upward direction. If it is moving with the constant velocity, then what will be? Weighing machine will record the true weight. अब एक चीज़ और भी हम देख लें यहीं पर. अगर क्या है, in place of accelerating downward, if deaccelerating downward, downward. So when it will deaccelerate downward, then here we will replace a को किससे? माइनस ए से. और जब इसको इससे रिप्लेस कर देंगे, W will become what? R equals to mg, and when you will write minus a, what will happen? It will become plus a. Means now the weighing machine's reading will be more than the true weight. कब? जब deaccelerating downward. इसी तरीके से deaccelerating upward, then what will happen? We will do the same thing. Replace a equals to minus a. वहाँ पर रिजल्ट क्या आया था? एक्सीलरेट करने के केस में क्या रिजल्ट आया था? ये W equals to R equals to mg plus ma. So what will happen? Now it will become W equals to mg minus ma. Means the weighing machine's reading will be less than the true weight. So this is all about in this lecture. Now afterwards, perhaps nothing is left. I will see afterwards, and then some numericals I will do in the next lecture.